We're always told that to find peace, we need to add more things to our lives, right? More meditation apps, more yoga classes, more new habits. But what if the real secret isn't about adding at all, but about subtracting? Today, we're going to explore 6 essential edits you can make to your life to cut right through all that noise and find a sense of calm that actually lasts.
Just stop and think about a typical day. Your phone is buzzing with notifications, the emails are just piling up, and social media is practically screaming for your attention. There's this constant, unspoken pressure to be connected, to be productive, to be on 24/7. It's just a relentless wave of noise, not just from the outside world, but from inside our own heads too.
Does that sound familiar? That feeling, that kind of low-grade hum of anxiety that you're being pulled in a million different directions at once? Yeah, you are definitely not alone in that. We're all out here just looking for the volume knob on a world that never seems to shut up.
So what if, instead of trying to yell over all that noise, we could just eliminate it at the source? That's the whole idea behind the art of subtraction. It's this powerful, counterintuitive idea that we can find calm not by doing more, but by intentionally doing less.
And we call this the essential edit. I want you to imagine for a second that you're the editor of your own life story. You get the final say. You can cut the scenes, the characters, even those internal monologues that just aren't serving the plot anymore. It's truly about addition by subtraction.
Okay, so where do we begin? What are we actually cutting from the script of our lives? Well, we've boiled this whole practice down to 6 really specific, actionable edits that can have a huge impact on your mental well-being.
Here's the roadmap for us. First, we'll look at cutting out gossip. Then, letting go of that need to always be right. Resisting the urge to overschedule our lives. Stepping away from that endless doom scroll. Muting our own inner critic. And finally, releasing past regrets. So, let's break these down one by one.
All right, first up, cutting out gossip. It can feel so harmless, right? Like it's just a social thing we do, but participating in it or even just listening to it fills our minds with so much negativity and judgment. Honestly, it's like mental junk food. It just eats up valuable energy that we could be spending on positive, constructive things. And the shift you'll feel is huge. You go from having a mind that's all cluttered up with negativity to one that's focused on uplifting, constructive conversations. You start focusing on ideas, on building things up, not tearing people down.
Next edit, letting go of the need to win every single argument. How much energy have you totally wasted just trying to prove a point? This edit gives you a simple choice. You can be right or you can be at peace. And a lot of the time, you really can't be both.
What this does is it shifts you from a state of constant conflict to one of genuine connection. The goal isn't to win anymore, the goal is to understand. That simple change saves so much of your energy. And you know what? It saves your relationships too.
We live in a culture that basically worships being busy. Having a calendar that's packed back to back is seen as some kind of badge of honor. But this third edit completely challenges that idea. It's all about intentionally creating empty space in your schedule. Just time with no agenda at all, for rest, for spontaneity, or just for quiet reflection.
The difference here is profound. You go from being a slave to your calendar, always rushing, always reacting to the next thing, to being the actual master of your own time. You're not just busy anymore, you're intentional with your energy.
Ah yes, the endless scroll. This one is a big one for so many of us. Mindlessly flicking through social media and news feeds just shatters our attention into a million pieces and floods our brains with information we don't even need. It's a massive source of the anxiety and mental clutter we all feel. But when you decide to scroll with purpose, instead of just out of habit, you start to reclaim your focus. And that's what creates the mental breathing room you need for deep thought, for creativity, for just being present in your own life.
So some of the loudest noise we deal with isn't even external. It's that voice inside our own heads, right? That inner critic that loves to replay our mistakes, point out every single flaw, and just whisper that we aren't good enough. This constant negative self-talk is one of the biggest drains on our inner peace.
The goal here is basically to change the internal radio station. Muting that critic isn't about pretending you're perfect. It's about swapping out that harsh judgment with some self-compassion. You slowly learn to become your own ally instead of your own worst enemy. And that brings us to our final edit, letting go of the past. Holding on to regrets, replaying mistakes over and over, wondering what if, it keeps a part of our mind anchored to a time we absolutely cannot change. It's like trying to walk forward while carrying this heavy backpack full of rocks. And when you finally release that weight, you're free. All of that energy that was tied up in yesterday suddenly becomes available for today. You can finally fully engage with the only moment that actually exists, right now.
So there you have it. Those are the 6 essential edits. You can see how every single one isn't about getting something new, but about letting something go. It's a conscious choice to remove the noise and, in its place, create space for quiet.
So here's your final checklist to take with you. Avoid gossip. Choose peace over being right. Own your calendar. Don't let it own you. Scroll with purpose. Be your own ally and live in the now. And remember, this is not about some massive overnight life overhaul. It's about small, consistent subtractions that add up to huge gains in peace.
Which brings us to the final, and really the most important question. This isn't just a bunch of information. It's an invitation to you. Looking at this list, which one of these sources of noise is draining you the most right now? What's the one small, simple edit you can choose to make starting today?